Okay, so I really have to go over this one because right before I got off work, I came across this article and I knew it was going to be a bombshell, and I just had to wait to read it to cover it. So this is my first time reading it. I don't know much details about it. I just knew it was going to be thrilling. So we're going to go through this. This is not a time to be quiet. Thom Brennaman, what the fuck? Thom Brennaman. Help me understand. Add another disappointment to our growing list in 2020. That's an understatement. I truly just want to understand why this one happened. Anyone with a TV or smartphone has heard about, probably even heard in full, the Thom Brennaman clip by now. I won't recount it all. You can read about it. His suspension from the Reds and Fox Sports Ohio's response here. So, we don't know what happened yet. Hot mics have a funny way of revealing things we want kept private. To Cincinnati and sports, Twitter's credit, reaction was swift, and his comment was almost universally condemned. Almost. Plenty of people don't get it. He has had a 30-plus year career, they say. His father is a Cincinnati icon. We grew up with the Brennamans, and they grew up with us. It was one mistake. It was a slip. Let me be clear.
So let me be clear.
Dropping the F-bomb when you stub your toe is a slip. Using the word fag is a choice.
How dare you?
What about forgiveness? As a gay man, I want to know why. As a journalist, I always want to know more. We heard only a split second of the statement. I have so many questions. What was Thom talking about? Why did he choose that word? Is that commonplace in the Fox Sports Ohio studios? Did anyone say anything about his word choice before they knew it would go out over the air? Is he truly sorry he said it, or just sorry it went public? And does Thom understand what the word means and why it's so hurtful? I'm willing to bet, and frankly hope, he doesn't. I need to point out the position of privilege I stand in. I come out surrounded by, oh my God, can we just get to the point? I need to point out the point of privilege I stand in. I came out surrounded by supportive friends. Almost champions, really. My parents never kicked me out, cut me off, or told me anything other than that they loved me. Welcome to the real world, my friend, where people can shit on you and people can say absolutely anything aside from they love you. It's tough. I mean, you gotta get thick skin. You have to toughen up. As a person, as an individual, as a human being, you need to have the capability to take and give, okay? So if somebody is gonna say something that might, hurt your poor little feelings, fucking dish it back out to them. Who cares? Then you know what? Just sticks and stones can break my bones, but the words can never hurt me. I've had it pretty damn good, but I can't say the same for some of my friends, or certainly some of the LGBTQ plus people I've met. See, there you go. You have had it pretty damn good. The fact that your parents never kicked you out, the fact that your parents never gave you any level of criticism and just said that they loved you, really means that, you know what, it's time for a wake-up call, okay? Who is this? Evan Millward. Time for a wake-up call. When we're talking a thing like this, where this guy's all pissed off and he's had all this wonderful privilege and his parents only told him that they love him, nobody cares. Nobody in the real world cares about this. Do you get along with other people? Are you a good person? And are you competent at your job? That's really all we care about, okay? There's a saying in our community, we have families we choose. For some, that's because the alternative is homelessness or helplessness. It's not a very encouraging statement. I mean, I've heard that there's the family that you have by blood, and there is the family, you know, your friends and your core group of people. You know, I've heard that, but this is just depressing. According to the Trevor Project and Family Acceptance Project, LGBTQ plus youth who are rejected by their families are, quote, 8.4 times more likely to report having attempted suicide, 5.9 times more likely to report high levels of depression, 3.4 times more likely to use illegal drugs, and 3.4 times more likely to report having engaged in unprotected sexual intercourse compared to peers from families that have no reported levels of family rejection. Now, we have to understand, this is not a product of other people. This entire statement right here is an attempt to shift the blame away from the individual and put the blame on society. This person is effectively saying, it's my fault, it's your fault, it's everybody else's fault that the LGBTQ plus youth are attempting suicide or having high levels of depression or using illegal drugs or having unprotected sex. These are all personal choices. I mean, the depression, I'll kind of give you that one. That's a tough one. That's a very difficult thing to deal with, okay? But we have to look at this. Attempted suicide, why? Is it because of the depression? Okay, well then we need to investigate the depression. Use of illegal drugs, well, why are we doing illegal drugs? Why can't we use a different avenue to, you know, get your head in a better place? Why are the drugs taking over? Why not, I don't know, play a video game, go for a walk, you know, take your dog out, let the dog bark out the window, who cares? Whatever. Having unprotected sex, buy a condom, they're not that expensive. If you're not a female, then, wow, I fucked that up. So if you're not a male, then, you know, buy the female contraceptive, whatever. Okay. Jesus Christ, I'm starting to sound like Biden here. Woof 'em. Okay, so bottom line is we have to investigate. In this case, like, don't shift the blame to me. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that these people are engaging in unprotected sexual intercourse. That is a choice, okay? Do not put your choice on me. Do not blame me for your choice, okay? If your family is rejecting your decision to be gay or to be a lesbian or to, you know, be a flying unicorn, it doesn't remove the personal responsibility for you to have protected sex, okay? I have no say in that. I did nothing to affect that. I'm not sitting here going, hey, you should have unprotected sex, okay? You know, it's stupid. Think about those statistics for a minute. A negative reaction to a young person accepting themselves sets them up for failure across the board. Drug use, depression, and suicide. I heard from more than one person Wednesday night about this struggle. I cried. In rejection, we more than often hear the word that brought us here. Faggot! Yep. It felt gross to type it. As gross as it does to read it. Yet there it was for the country to hear. Out of nowhere. In the middle of America's pastime. Which, by the way, that I'm pretty sure pastime needs 2 T's there, buddy. Oh, fuck me then. Okay. To understand why it's such an ugly slur, you need to understand its violent origin. A search turns up plenty of information and pictures of piles of twigs, a bundle of sticks. By the mid-16th century, those bundles of sticks were used to burn heretics, or as NPR found, to, quote, fry a faggot. Okay. Later, it would be used to degrade women. Really? I've never heard of that. And that's how it morphs in the 1800s and 1900s into a way to emasculate a non-heteronormative man, meant to put a guy down for being weak. We often call it, quote, just locker room talk, as Kobe Bryant or Joakim Noah. Oh, are you telling me that you can't tell me that? Oh no, Kobe, fucking LA Times trying to get me again. You're telling me that Kobe Bryant muttered the word faggot. But he gets a pass because it's Kobe. But this Thom Brennaman guy lost his job over it. Wow, fantastic. I love the fact that the author effectively just recognized that it's okay for certain people, but not okay for certain other people. And I don't know who's dictating who this is okay for. Plenty of people try to reclaim the word. It's natural. I have gay male friends who say it. I mean, I thought that by default, if you were gay, then you're male. But okay, so I have gay male friends who say it to try to take the sting out of it, normalize it. Kind of like how, you know, companies like Netflix are trying to normalize pedophilia. Yeah, fantastic. Columnist Dan Savage used to ask that every letter to him start with, "Hey faggot," then he retired it. We use humor to fortify against it. Thank you, that's all you have to do. Rather than being a massive pussy and sitting back, he called me faggot and I cried over it. And it hurts just to use humor, okay? It's a word. It's a fucking word. If somebody's gonna just say this, whatever. There's a difference between what people say and their actions, okay? And if somebody says this and they don't act in any negative way towards gay men or lesbian women, what's the harm? Who's being hurt by it? And if you are being hurt by it, just be like, hey man, can you tone it down a little bit? Yeah, sure, all right. Didn't know you're gonna be such a faggot over it, but whatever. So we use we use humor to fortify against it. We joke about it. It feels easier that way. Rapper Tyler, the Creator, used it liberally in 2011, and it's okay for him, of course. Reportedly more than 200 times on an album. He told Arsenio Hall, "You can take the power out of that word." But if you ask almost any gay man, they can tell you at least one time someone said it or yelled it at them aggressively. Again, who cares? If you care, honestly, grow thicker skin. I've had people say, "Hey, white boy." I've had Hispanic people say, "Güero." It doesn't hurt me. I don't care. Whatever. The fact that you exist, somebody will find something to pick on you with. Jesus Christ, this guy's just going on and on. In the interest of transparency, here's one of mine. It happened a few years ago on 12th Street in the Over the Rhine. When the wind was blowing, there was not a cloud in the sky, but it was just before dusk, and night was setting in. The stars were bright. I was walking with friends. It was late. We were slow getting through a crosswalk as the light changed. The woman in the car at the light opened her window, leaned out, and yelled something about how we needed to get moving, faggots. I remember this moment less for the slur hurled in our direction and more for my reaction to it. The woman started to drive off and I whipped around and kicked the back of her car. Okay. You are now destroying somebody's property because the words made you mad. You're a fucking prick. You're an asshole. You're a complete and total douchebag. You need to thicken up because realistically, that woman should have gotten out of the car and beaten your ass. And you know what? If I was the cop called to the scene for that, I just would have been like, well, what the fuck do you expect, dipshit? She said a word to you and you decided that you're going to take out your anger on her car. Now she's going to file an insurance claim and you're going to ultimately pay for this. You're a fucking retard. You're stupid. Control yourself. What the hell's wrong with you? If I was the cop arriving to that scene, I would issue this kid such a verbal smackdown, he would have wished he was never born. It was a blind rage. It had been so long since someone had said that, and my response was something that could have gotten me hurt or worse. No shit. I'm glad you at least recognize it. Not my finest moment. I'm not proud of it. A friend told me to let it go. It happens. We later laughed it off. Yeah, I would totally laugh off like escaping death. That would be great. Not anymore. We're way past that. In fact, Wednesday night, I tweeted, quote, "WTF, Thom." As this all unfolded, I got a text from a friend whom I truly love and respect. Well, it's a friend, so I hope you do love and respect them. This person benevolently told me, "Sometimes quiet is good." This person didn't want me to get in trouble on the off chance I had jumped to conclusions. It's a very valid concern. It took longer for that to set in than it should have. I heard the word on a TV broadcast. The context matters little. It was said out loud. Quiet is acceptance. Oh, fucking here we go. Quiet is acceptance. quiet is exactly why we're still talking about this. Quiet, if we've learned anything in 2020, doesn't solve anything. In fact, it allows problems to grow unchecked until they boil over. Stop being quiet. Okay, we want to talk about quiet. Let's talk about the children that do not have a voice, by the way, do not have a voice. Let's talk about the children that get sold into sex trafficking, child slavery, human trafficking, and that get fucking tortured and abused, okay? Let's talk about those, because those are the people that do not have a voice of their own, and the only people that can speak for them are people like you and people like me. So if you're gonna sit here and say, stop being quiet, get the fuck over yourself. Evan Millward, get the fuck over yourself, you fucking pussy. Seriously, step up and grow up. You look like a grown-ass man, dude. Like, look at yourself. You're a grown-ass man, and you're still telling me that words hurt you? Fuck you. There are children that need people like you to speak for them because they don't have a voice of their own. So step up and talk about something more important. How about step up and be loud, be vocal, have a voice for those that literally do not have a voice. If you're gonna be mad that somebody says a little thing about a gay person that makes you mad, whatever. Nobody cares. And if you do care, grow the fuck up. Honestly, grow up, grow up, grow up, get thick skin, and here we go, feminists. Man up. Okay? Man the fuck up. There are significantly larger issues in this country, around the entire world. There are people that do not have a voice, like the Chinese that are being tortured and mutilated and destroyed. There are the Falun Gong people. There are the Uyghurs, or however you pronounce that shit. Uyghurs. China. Uyghur. Yeah. Anyways, there's these people, okay? These people that are getting killed in China. They don't have a voice. Hell, if you called them a faggot, I'm sure they wouldn't care, because they're being killed in numbers. In fucking numbers today. And you're gonna bitch and kick somebody's car? You're gonna damage somebody's property over that? What in the hell's wrong with you, Evan? What's wrong with you, dude?
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Don't tell me you haven't said things you regret. I've worked in TV for nearly a decade. You bet I've been caught on a hot mic a time or 16. It's a very specific number. Whoa, Biden's kicking in. We learn early that any mic can be a hot mic. Speak accordingly. Hey, there's a very cool principle with that. Any gun is loaded. A mic is a gun when you're on TV, okay? And this is really kind of something that I want to get into a little bit. I don't care how fucking long this video is, because if you're here, it means that you have an interest in information, you have an interest in other people's perspective. I appreciate the hell out of you for being here. Look, we learn early that any mic can be a hot mic. Any gun can be a loaded gun. I teach this to people all the time. Guns are tools. Microphones are tools. Collars are tools. Every tool has its purpose. Now, when you're using a tool, you need to use the right tool for the job. How do you get incredible audio? Buy a fucking microphone. This son of a bitch gives me such great crystal clear audio for your listening and viewing pleasure. Now, if I forget to mute the mic, this right here is my gun. This thing is loaded. This thing is hot. This thing is ready to just fucking suck away my frequency, my tonality, my verbiage. It's ready to just suck it, take it from an analog form, process it into a digital form, and upload it to the internet, and woo, there you go, you hear it, okay? It's a loaded gun. So, like we learn as gun owners, treat all firearms with respect, treat every gun as if it's loaded. How about treat your mic as if it's loaded? You best damn well make sure that fucking mic is off when it has to be off, and it's on when it has to be on. Treat it as a loaded gun, and you would save yourself from things like this. President Barack Obama would save himself from things like this. Hold on, let's get into this real quick. God, that's
my last election. Yeah, after my election, I have more flexibility. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I transmit this information to Vladimir and understand what.
Now, for those that didn't hear that, okay, I was hoping to find the one with subtitles. Obama was saying, this is my last election. After my election, I will have more flexibility. The Russian diplomat taps him on the hand and says, I understand that. I will transmit this information to Vladimir Putin, okay? So contextually, we don't necessarily know what they were talking about, but that's the loaded gun right there. That was information that should have never been public, and now people like me and a lot of other investigative citizen journalists get to look at that and go, whoa, 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 hold the fucking phone. He's saying that he's going to have more flexibility after the election. Hold on, we got to dig into this. What the hell were these guys talking about? Hold on, let's pull all these resources and information. Early mics can be a hot mic. Loaded gun. Make sure your fucking gun's unloaded, buddy. Some more transparency for you. I once got suspended one day. I love that. Redundancy is repetitive. I once got suspended one day from Channel 9 for an unknown to me. Yes, we know it's unknown. To you. Okay, god damn, dude. Like, 2 redundancies in the same sentence. What's wrong with you?
Come on, man.
This should say, I can't do this. People do not understand how to fucking write. Oh, it pisses me off. Like, I mean, I'll slip up when I do this because, like, I don't have a fucking script, okay? I'll slip up when I'm ad-libbing like this, but at the end of the day, please proofread. Like, use the language, proper verbiage and everything. Grammar. This should say, I got suspended one day from Channel 9 for an unknown hot mic situation. It caught a joke with a new producer about a very dramatic promo. Oh my god, I read that as porno. I'm losing it. It caught a joke with a new producer about a very dramatic promo we had run ahead of my 11 p.m. live report. It was nothing profane, certainly not patently disgusting, unless you count me saying the word sex a handful of times. Well, I mean, that's a lot of times to say sex, I guess. I learned a lesson I already knew, but that word doesn't even compare what was said Wednesday night in front of a national audience. And now I hope you know why. Nope, I still don't know why. Saying the word faggot is much worse than saying the word sex. Now let's look at context. If I just sit back. White. Black. Faggot. Sex. Tell me what I just said. Tell me who I hurt. Tell me contextually who is harmed by those words. I just said 4 words. 4 words. Not even sentences. No context behind it. I simply said 4 words. And you're telling me that 1 out of 4 of those words is significantly worse than the other? I don't know why. I don't know why the word doesn't compare. Okay? I don't know. Grow up. Get thick skin. The hell's wrong with you, Evan?
Come on, man. Come on.
From one broadcaster and one Ohio Bobcat. God damn, I read that as bigot. Dude, I am on a roll today with things. Okay, so from one broadcaster and one Ohio Bobcat to another, I'm disappointed. I feel a little betrayed. I'm sad again. And I just want to understand why. You just said I hope you know why. I just want to understand why. I do need a punching bag. I really do. Woo! I do. We can't start changing hearts until we understand how they beat. Cincinnati has come so far when it comes to equality and inclusivity. There's clearly a lot of learning still to do. I'm serious, Thom. If you are, let's talk. Evan Millward is an anchor and reporter for WCPO9 News. Look, there's not much more for me to say about this. This is actually significantly longer than I anticipated it to be. Look, Thom, you don't care. Now, I don't know Thom Brennaman. I don't know much about him. I'm about 99% confident that with whatever he said, he doesn't mean anything by it. He's making a joke, and if it has to be at the expense of whoever, fuck it, okay? I'll make fun of anything. I'll make fun of you if you are black, white, brown, green, yellow, blue, purple. I'm going to make fun of you if you got a small dick, if you got a big dick, if you got small tits, if you got big tits. I'm going to make fun of you if you smoke, if you don't smoke. I'm going to make fun of you if you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, straight. I am going to make fun of you if you decide that standing on your hands and walking around with a mask is the way that you're going to go through the store. I will make fun of you for absolutely fucking anything, and I expect the same from you. Grow up, get thick skin, stop being a pussy, and stop telling other people how to speak. Grow the fuck up and get thick skin. That's all.